So, let me just pull up my questions. Welcome to the CMO Corner,
Thank you.
where we chat to some of the brightest minds and marketing executives. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
Yeah? Cool. So you had a talk inside, Nikki, for 5 minutes. It was a 5-minute challenge, I believe. And you were talking about bridging the gap between marketing and technology. Is there a gap that exists, and how do we bridge it?
Yes, there's always a gap that exists
Yeah.
in every industry, in every space of life. I think the more people are conscious about the gap, then the more they're willing to bridge it.
Yeah.
But if people don't even recognize that there's a gap, then we have an entirely new problem to deal with. But yeah, there's always a gap, even within marketing. And for me, I feel like so many marketers still look at technology like something that belongs to the IT department.
Sure.
Not something they can experiment with. So many are still comfortable with the old model of marketing, which
Yes.
is we throw an ad on television, we
Yes.
throw an ad on radio.
Yes.
But when you're looking at digital tools and you see how effective you can help marketers, so much so that many of us, you and I, we're leaving so much of our DNA online.
Yes.
That the marketer doesn't need to struggle to know what you want, what I want. So if they can learn how to use those tools, big data, artificial intelligence, they are marketing directly, knowing exactly what they're doing. They're not shooting blindly, hoping something sticks on the wall, right? They come, for example, you literally have a talk, say, for example, on WhatsApp, and you mention something like recently I was having a talk and someone mentioned a Toyota. And as I'm logging on the internet, Toyota advertisements, they're everywhere.
I always think that's the freakiest thing ever. I'm like, we were having a conversation, now suddenly I'm seeing, you're right.
So those things happen. So that's the power of the internet. As creepy as it sounds, it's a benefit for marketers. Do you want to keep shooting blindly on the wall and hoping it sticks, or you actually want to go directly to the source, get the data, and make decisions based on data?
But there's always this debate whether are we running for the new shiniest thing and the latest technology, or the things that are strong and that are done in the past should always stay in its stand. Like, because that's what people always say.
The thing is, the way the world is set up, you are forced to go with the shiny technology. Otherwise, you become left behind. You will become obsolete. Also, you and I, we don't want to deal with the whole legacy way of marketing, right? You don't want to also shop blindly.
Yes.
You also want to. We only have 24 hours in a day.
Sure.
So if you actually wanted something and you can go directly to the source and get what you want, why do you have to go through 10 websites or talk to 10 people to get it if a marketer can follow your footprints online and give you exactly what you want? Of course, there are downsides to this when it comes to the issue of privacy. Like, is there anything as privacy? Can I have a conversation without you knowing what I was talking about? Things like that. So there are downsides to this. There are advantages to this as well on both the marketer side and the consumer side. I would want to not waste my time so much on the internet finding for solutions.
So if you look at the gap then, because it's quite evident that the gap exists.
Yes.
What can we do to make sure that we close this gap and we close it quickly?
For marketers who want to stay relevant,
Yeah.
they don't have an option than to close the gap. Because again, if you rely entirely on TV advertisement or radio advertisement, someone who is using the data online and marketing directly to consumers, of course, they will beat you, and they will literally take a bigger portion of the market. So you have to ask, what do you want? Do you want to stay relevant? Do you want to get a bigger portion of the marketing, or you want to stay using traditional models, or you want to go after the shiny technology? So those are the risk factors involved when you don't want to evolve with the times as a marketer.
Do you have examples of any organizations that have done this well?
I think every organization is pretty much doing this, but I think for the most part, I don't know if there's any example right now at the top of my head, but
because while you think about it, my mind, I'm thinking, if there's a company that has set a blueprint on doing this well, leveraging technology, speaking to consumers, growing as an end result, that's what we should be following versus being left behind.
As to specific organization, because for example, if I speak about Toyota, Toyota will jump up on me. If I speak about pizza is going to jump. So I feel like every organization is really at forefront of this, trying to get their own share of the market.
Yeah.
Maybe it's people who are not really evolving that we could be looking at examples like that. Like, why am I not seeing your products online? I've been talking about your product forever and it hasn't jumped on my face. So maybe those are the type of case studies we should be looking. Why is your product not jumping on me every time I'm online and I've been talking about it? But for the most part, when we talk about things this time, it really jumps on us. So it shows that a lot of organizations sort of have figured out a blueprint in a way.
No, that's good. So where to from here? Particularly for marketers, where to from here?
They keep evolving as the technologies are evolving.
Yeah.
They keep trying to stay adjacent to the technology as they're evolving because the world is moving so fast. If we look at one application today, ChatGPT, that was released 2 years ago, how much it has disrupted the landscape, right? So we don't know what's going to come in the next 3 months and the next 6 months. We don't know which new version of GPT is going to be released that will disrupt marketing entirely.
Yes.
So it is for them to pay attention to the trends that are happening in the world. Have their ears and their eyes on the ground.
Yeah.
Because if you're not paying attention to the trends, that's when you really get left behind. Complacency is dangerous in this age and time. You cannot reach a point where you feel like, oh, I think I've arrived. I think I know everything there is to know about digital marketing now.
Yes.
I think I understand the industry. That type of mindset is what kept Nokia, kicked Nokia out of the market. So if you reach a point where you feel like you've mastered everything, you're already on your way to extinction. So there's no relaxing.
No. So, and I think about it now because I'm wondering what was the reception inside around that? Because for some people, I'm sure we think we know up until maybe hear touching facts that come from someone like you, who's a digital futurist and tells us these things, and we're like, okay, maybe we don't know it all.
Right. However, the other talk I had was not here. I'm coming from a different talk. I'm about to get into my session now. So I'm still looking forward to see how the reception is actually going to look like. They'll be like, Nicky, what are you talking about? We're like, Nicky, we believe so. I'm still looking forward to the reaction and how it's going to be.
Okay, no, super. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us that bite-sized information that you can share and use on a daily. And all the best inside.
Absolutely. I think my time is up.
Happy
to go. Thank you.
Sweet.